The fifth contemplation is contemplation of the ponds. The Buddha said to Ananda and Vaidehi, when you have accomplished visualization of the trees, next contemplate the ponds. This is how to do so. In the land of utmost bliss, there are ponds of water possessing 8 excellent qualities, each made of 7 jewels which are soft and pliable. The water, springing from a wish-fulfilling King Mani gem, forms 14 streams. Each stream is the color of the 7 jewels. Its banks are made of gold and its bed strewn with diamond sand of many colors. In each stream there are 60 kotis of lotus flowers of 7 jewels, which are round and symmetrical, measuring 12 yojanas in diameter. The water from the mani gem flows among the flowers and meanders between the trees. As it ripples, it produces exquisite sounds, which proclaim the truths of suffering, emptiness, impermanence, no self, and of the paramitas. Its sound also praises the physical characteristics and marks of the Buddhas. The king of wish-fulfilling mani gem emits a splendid golden light, which transforms itself into birds with the colors of 100 jewels. Their songs are melodious and elegant, constantly praising the virtue of mindfulness of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. This is the visualizing of the water, possessing 8 excellent qualities, and is known as the fifth contemplation. To practice in this way is called the correct contemplation, and to practice otherwise is incorrect. The sixth contemplation is contemplation of various objects. The Buddha said to Ananda and Vaidehi, in each region of this jeweled land, there are 500 kotis of jeweled pavilions, in which innumerable devas play heavenly music. There are also musical instruments suspended in the sky, which, like those on the heavenly jeweled banners, spontaneously produce tones even without a player. Each tone proclaims the virtue of mindfulness of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. When this contemplation has been accomplished, it is called the general perception of the jeweled trees, jeweled ground, and jeweled ponds of the land of utmost bliss. This is a composite visualization and is called the sixth contemplation. Those who have perceived these objects will be rid of extremely heavy evil karma which they have committed during innumerable kalpas, and will certainly after death be born in that land. To practice in this way is called the correct contemplation, and to practice otherwise is incorrect. The seventh contemplation is contemplation of the lotus throne. The Buddha said to Ananda and Vaidehi, listen carefully, and ponder deeply. I will expound for you the method of removing suffering. Bear my words in mind and explain them to the multitude of beings. When these words were spoken, Amitabha appeared in the air above, attended on his left and right by the 2 Mahasattvas, Avalokitesvara and Mahastha Maprapta. So brilliant was their radiance that it was impossible to see them in detail. They could not be compared even with 100,000 nuggets of gold from the Jambu River. After she had this vision of Amitabha, Vaidehi knelt down in worship at Shakyamuni's feet and said to him, World-honored one, through your power I have been able to see Amitabha and the 2 Bodhisattvas, but how can sentient beings of the future see them? The Buddha said to Vaidehi, those who wish to see that Buddha should form an image of a lotus flower on the 7 jeweled ground. They visualize each petal of this flower as having the colors of 100 jewels and 84,000 veins like a celestial painting, with 84,000 rays of light issuing forth from each vein. They should visualize all of these clearly and distinctly. Its smaller petals are 250 eugenas in both length and breadth. This lotus flower has 84,000 large petals. Between the petals, there are 100 coties of king mani gems as illuminating adornments. Each mani gem emits 1,000 rays of light, which, like canopies of the seven jewels, cover the entire earth. The dice is made of chakra abilagna mani gems and is decorated with 80,000 diamonds, kimshuka gems, Brahma mani gems, and also with exquisite pearl nets. On the dice, four columns with jeweled banners spontaneously arise, each appearing to be as large as 1,000,000,000 coties of Mount Sumerus. On the column rests a jeweled canopy, similar to that in the palace of the Yama heaven. They are also adorned with 500 coties of excellent gems, each emitting 84,000 rays, shining in 84,000 different tints of golden color. Its golden light suffuses this jeweled land and transforms itself everywhere into various forms, such as diamond platforms, nets of pearls, and nebulous clusters of flowers. In all the 10 directions, it transforms itself into anything according to one's wishes and performs the activities of the Buddha. This is the visualizing of the Lotus Throne and is known as the seventh contemplation. The Buddha further said to Ananda, "This majestic lotus flower was originally produced by the power of Bhiksu Dharmakara's vow. Those who wish to see the Buddha Amitayus should first practice this contemplation of the flower throne. In doing so, do not contemplate in a disorderly way. Visualize the objects one by one, each petal, each gem, each ray of light, each dice, and each column. See all of these as clearly and distinctly as if you were looking at your own image in a mirror. When this contemplation is accomplished, the evil karma which you have committed during 500 kotis of kalpas of samsara will be extinguished, and you will certainly be born in the land of utmost bliss. To practice in this way is called the correct contemplation, and to practice otherwise is incorrect."